Hello everyone, so today we are back, and recently a bunch of Wampler pedals came into our store, and today I picked 3 of their pedals so we can gain stack them to see how they sound together. Now I picked the Wampler Euphoria, the Clarksdale and the Tumnus. Now it's not just some random picking here, I do have a reason for each of these pedals. Now the Euphoria is a transparent sort of overdrive, and it adds a very nice sparkle and presence to the top end of your tone. So this pedal makes some really great rhythm tones. Now let's just hear the pedal by itself. I'm plugged into a Fender Strat with Texas Specials into an orange dark channel set. Very clean. And this is how that sounds. I also have a Boss RV6 in the loop just to add a bit of reverb. And this is the Wampler Euphoria. Now I'm going to stack the Clarksdale on top of the Euphoria, and the Clarksdale is modeled after that famous green Stormbox that we all know and love, the Tube Screamer. Of course this is a modern take on the Tube Screamer, so it has the tones and of course a much more versatility with the 3-band EQ added and a toggle switch to kind of change the headroom of the pedal. Now I'm just going to turn on the Euphoria for a while so you hear how the Clarksdale sound by itself. Turn the Euphoria back on. Finally, I'm going to stack the Wampler Tumnus, which is modeled after a clone centaur. And with the Tumnus added onto these other two pedals, it's going to add a nice bottom end and much more bite to the lead tone. So let's hear that. Now that sounds pretty insane for a lead tone. Now what's nice about stacking these three particular pedals is you kind of fill out each end of the frequency spectrum. So you have the Euphoria, which is very much focused on the presence and high end, followed by the Clarksdale, which is much more focused in the mid-range, and then finally you have the Tumnus, which is much more focused in the low end and bite of the overall tone. So what's the other point of this video? Besides stacking three of these Wampler pedals together, what I'd like you guys to take away from this is that when stacking your gain pedals together, it is a good idea to know which end of the frequency spectrum does the pedal fit in. In other words, what is the character of the drive? Does it provide more low end? Does it provide more mids? Is it a much more brighter sounding pedal? So by coming to a conclusion through testing the pedals and hearing how they sound, it is a much more better way to gain stack your pedals when you know how each pedal fits in. So when you're stacking all of this, they're not going to kind of step on each other's toes in that sense. So picturing that you have two pedals which are very much focused on the presence and treble, stacking two of those pedals with similar characteristics might make your tone sound a little too harsh. Again, if you have two pedals which are so much more focused on the low end, your bottom end could get a bit flubby, it can bottom out, it's not tight enough. So it's kind of the same concept that engineers use to mic up a cabinet, as opposed to putting one mic or two mics and then EQing to get a certain frequency out of each mic. They would rather put three different mics with three different characteristics, one which focuses on the high end of the tone, one which focuses on the mid-range of the tone, and finally one that focuses on the bottom end and body of the entire tone. So of course there are many other pedals that will fit into each frequency spectrum, but very conveniently Wampler has made three pedals which works very well with each other. So I hope the video helped educate you guys in terms of how to gain stack your pedals and how these three Wampler pedals in particular sound together. So if you enjoyed the video, give us a thumbs up, subscribe for more content, and see you real soon.